unlike most concept cars that are nothing more than expensive sculptures, this one actually moves. The doors open, the roof folds, the buttons work, the screens light up. This is a fully functional prototype that's more than a showpiece. It's a near production vision of what's coming next. Let's start with the exterior. The first thing you'll notice is that front end. The grille isn't really a grille anymore, it's more of a window for the radar sensors and camera. It's slim, elegant, and cleverly references two pieces of Audi history: the 1936 Auto Union Type C Racer and the 2006 Audi A6, the first car to feature the now iconic single-frame grille. But more importantly, this new design acknowledges something most car makers still won't admit, that the era of massive fake grilles is over. Electric cars don't need huge air intakes anymore. They need smooth shapes and aerodynamic efficiency. And for once, Audi seems to understand that less really is more. Just above that smoked carbon front splitter, you'll see a pair of razor-thin headlights, each made up of 4 LED elements. They almost look like Bugatti Chiron lights, but for Audi, the number 4 is sacred. 4 rings, 4 elements, 4 subtle nods hidden throughout the design. This car is full of tiny Easter eggs that tie back to Audi's heritage, and that philosophy of simplicity carries over to the side profile. Depending on where you look, you might see flashes of other greats, a bit of Porsche Cayman from the front quarter, some first-gen TT in the silhouette, and even a touch of R8 in the detailing, like this charging port shaped exactly where the old R8 had its iconic side blade fuel filler cap. Then there are the wheels. Audi geeks will instantly recognize them. They're inspired by the Avis design from the 90s. Now they've been modernized with a bold, 3D layered structure and aerodynamic edges. But here's the thing that really makes you raise an eyebrow. This concept doesn't have futuristic gimmicks like digital mirrors or wild tires. It's got real rubber, real mirrors, real wipers. You don't put those on a concept car unless you're very, very close to production. Which leads to the question, is this the next TT? Possibly, but not quite. It's going to sit a little higher up the ladder. Think of it as Audi's rival to the next generation Porsche Cayman, except with a distinctly Audi soul. Swing around to the back, and things get even more interesting. The rear end is clean and sculpted with quad light elements that mirror the front. There's no rear window, apparently to save weight, but instead, you get this beautifully slatted deck inspired by the R8 LMS race car. Though, if we're being honest, it also feels like a nod to the futuristic Audi RSQ concept that starred alongside Will Smith in the movie I, Robot back in 2004, a movie set in the year 2035. Funny thing is, that's only 10 years away, and it seems Audi's finally catching up to its own vision of the future. There's no fake mesh here, no fake vents, no fake exhausts. Everything you see serves a purpose. After years of unnecessary decoration, this is Audi rediscovering restraint, a design that breathes confidence instead of trying too hard. And that philosophy carries inside, where things get really special. Step into the Concept C's cabin and it feels like an apology, a beautiful, heartfelt apology to everyone who hated what Audi interiors became in recent years. Remember those awkward rectangular steering wheels? The seas of black gloss plastic? The endless touchscreens that never quite worked? Gone, all of it. In its place, pure, tactile joy. The steering wheel is perfectly round again, wrapped in leather, and finished with a solid metal Audi badge milled from a single piece of aluminum. No haptic nonsense, just knurled aluminum switches that click with that oh-so-satisfying Audi precision. Even the air vents pay tribute to the 4 rings, each designed with 4 slats. Beneath them, you'll find what Audi calls shy tech, meaning technology that hides until you need it. The HVAC controls glow softly behind a translucent panel, and below that, the center console returns to proper mechanical dials. One knob adjusts the driving mode, another raises or lowers the roof, and a third retracts to reveal hidden storage. It's like something out of a Bond car, minimal, elegant, and deeply satisfying. Now, at first, you might think the interior is completely driver-focused. There's a big central display angled toward the person behind the wheel, reminiscent of the original TT. But Audi's designers thought ahead. Touch the edge of the screen, and it smoothly slides outward, revealing a second hidden display for the passenger. A clever nod to modern tech expectations. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all included, but tucked away when you don't need them. It's a small gesture, but one that says Audi finally gets it. We're all tired of constant screens and flashing icons. Sometimes we just want peace. That philosophy of subtle functionality carries through the whole cabin, and it raises a question. Where will Audi get the underpinnings for this car? Well, insiders are whispering that underneath all this beauty might sit the bones of Porsche's long-delayed electric Boxster. It wouldn't be the first time Audi borrowed from Porsche, or vice versa. In fact, an electric sports car makes more philosophical sense for Audi than for Porsche. Porsche has built its legend on feel and precision, something that's harder to replicate with batteries. But Audi's strength has always been design and innovation. A stunning electric two-seater that prioritizes beauty and experience could be the perfect fit. Rumor has it the production version version is already 95% finalized, with a launch date set for around 2027 before the electric Cayman and Boxster even hit the road. And with Audi's new sub-brand presence in China, this car could thrive globally without having to conform to every market's demands. What about performance, weight, and price? Audi hasn't said yet, but enthusiasts are hoping for sensible numbers: light, agile, and attainable enough to reignite the passion that the original TT and R8 once inspired. Before we wrap up, there's one more interior detail worth mentioning: the seats. They're not wrapped in leather. Instead, Audi's experimenting with high-quality wool weave, sustainable, breathable, and practical. It's not just about being eco-friendly, it's also about functionality. The wool fabric allows air to pass through easily, meaning future models could have ventilated seats without needing perforated leather. And get this, the audio system doesn't even need speaker grills. The sound travels directly through the fabric itself. That means we now have an Audi with less grille on the outside and no grille at all on the inside. Simple, clean, brilliant. Yes, it's just a concept. Yes, we've all been burned before by stunning prototypes that never reached the showroom. And sure, it's electric when many of us still dream of that naturally aspirated R8 V8 with a manual shifter. But here's the truth. This is the best looking Audi in a decade, inside and out. It's confident, soulful, and refreshingly human. Audi's about to dive into Formula One. It needs excitement. It needs credibility with real enthusiasts again. And this is how you earn it back. For the first time in years, I look at a new Audi and I feel something I haven't felt in a long time.